raising, so the total issue size is 1,550 crores. Now to talk more about the company, where will they be using these funds and all of that, we're joined by the management of the company. We have Ankush Nijhawan, who is the co-founder and joint managing director, as well as Gaurav Bhatnagar, co-founder and joint managing director at TBO Tek, joining in with us. A very good afternoon, gentlemen, and thank you so much for joining in with us on ET Now. Gaurav, I want to start with you. If you could start by explaining that business model, what does the company do, and what it also seems like, it's quite interesting that quite unique with no peers in India. So, what is it that works out in terms of a synergy for the company?
So hi, yeah. So our business, we run a global travel distribution platform, and what that really means is that we simplify the business of outbound travel. Outbound travel means when we travel from our country to some other country for tourism or for business. That space is very large. 1.5 billion outbound trips happened in 2019, and similar numbers are going to happen this year. And if you think about it, that's a very large number. It's larger than India's population. That's the number of people who travel overseas. Now the challenge with that is that when people travel from their country to some other country, there is a lot of friction over there. There's several challenges with that, right? For example, I need advice on where to stay. Multiple components of a trip have to be booked, like flight, hotels, airport transfers, car rental, sightseeing, etc. People often need a visa to travel. Sometimes even developing countries like India, people don't even have a passport. Then they need access to Forex. So it's complex, and typically what happens is, in such scenarios, people go to a travel agency for advice and booking. Now this is where TBO comes in. We aggregate global travel supply on the platform. So we have world's hotels, airlines, transfers, car rentals, sightseeing, etc. on the single platform. And then travel agents use our platform to make these complex itineraries for their customers. So in a nutshell, that is a business.
Okay, just I want to, before we continue, gentlemen, do wait on with us, because the markets have seen a sharper fall right now. Nifty below the 22,400 mark, 22,380 levels is what it's trading at, 1.19% day's lowest point for the Nifty. And yes, just a short while ago, I was seeing the drags that are coming in. Reliance, that's down 3% now. And we do have Bharti Airtel, HDFC Bank, ITC, which are clearly among the moves that have seen a sharper fall today is from that. And now Pharma also in the red. So none of the sectors are trading in the green. So yes, that's the market sharper fall that we've seen coming in the market.
Right, more volatility ahead for the investors, Vinny. But we'll go back to the IPO that is about to hit the D Street. Coming to you, Gaurav, again, I wanted to drill down on the business model further. Is this commission based, and how do you as an intermediary make money?
So we have two business models. Certain suppliers, and typically hotels, they operate with us in what's called a net rate. So they give us one rate, and then we put a markup on that rate as a as our income. The other model is a commissionable model, where certain suppliers, typically airlines, will give us commissions on every air ticket that we sell. We'll keep some of that commission for ourselves. Some of that commission we'll share with our travel agents.
Right, Ankush, can we just talk a bit now about the IPO, that 1,550 crores that the company is raising? Where will you be using these funds? Where are the proceeds going to be utilized?
So we are primarily, our raise is 400 crores, and I think the money which we'll be using will be, building and innovating more in our tech platform, because we strongly believe that's where we want to solve friction for the travel agents who are buying from us. A better user interface, better supply, both for hotels and air. And that's something we will keep building as we move on. And obviously for acquisitions, I think we're very, our theme is acquisitions. We have done 4 acquisitions in the past, and that's something which we would like to do also in future in India as well as overseas.
Right, Gaurav, the company has reported a solid revenue growth over the last few years, from 142 crore rupees in FY21 to 1,000 crores in FY23. What has led to this, and what do you understand that, some of this growth, how was this growth driven by COVID-led revenge travel, but going forward, is the outlook going to remain the same? Is the growth rate sustainable? What's your take on that?
So look, we are also comparing with the COVID year. So some of it was just coming back from COVID. But a lot of it is also the mix change. If you see our business has, our business that comes from hotels has grown dramatically, right? Pre-pandemic, bulk of our revenues and GMV used to come from the airline business. Now it's kind of reversed, and almost half of our GTV is hotels, and 70% of our revenue is coming from hotels. That's a much higher margin business. So that has accelerated the growth of the business. From perspective of can it be sustained? Look, I think we have to look at it from perspective of how large the market is. Like we talked about, 1.5 billion overseas trips happen. This grows by 6-7% every year. So just 100 million more trips get added to the outbound travel pie globally. So the headroom for growth is very large, and we should not be constrained for growth because of the market size.
Right, just Gaurav, we do know that, your major chunk of the IPO is from via OFS. So why is the promoter looking to sell stake in the company? Are they going to be infusing that money back into the company in some way or another form, maybe say a debt?
So the promoter group is offering about 5% equity, and important to note here that the promoter group owns a very significant share of the company, and will continue to hold a significant share of the company post listing as well. From a perspective of infusion of more money into the business, look, the business is profitable, cash generative, and negative working capital. We are raising some primary capital right now for the reasons that Ankush talked about. But beyond that, we don't see an immediate need for fund infusion.
Right, Ankush, so what are going to be the company's growth and expansion plans, say, over the next 3 to 5 years?
So I can talk in broad terms, talk about strategy actually. So the growth strategy is very straightforward. It's a platform business, so there are 3 things that matter. Keep adding more buyers on the platform, which means just more and more travel agents on the platform. So we'll be expanding our global footprint across all the 5 continents. Some of it may be inorganic as well. Similarly, on the supply side, on the platform, adding more supply on the platform. So depth of supply, so building more, adding more inventory for hotels, but also adding new product lines like car rentals, transfers, sightseeing, etc., and building meaningful supply around that. And third is just removing friction on the platform, making it more valuable for the travel agents. Using data and technology to make sure that it's easier and easier for travel agents to use the platform, find what they're looking for, and book it easily. So that in a nutshell is our growth strategy.
Thank you so much, Ankush, as well as Gaurav, for joining us this afternoon, giving us an understanding in terms of the company just before the IPO opening on the 8th of May. 1,550 crore IPO, that is TBO Tek, opening next week.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.